everyone, Fritz here. In this video, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're actually going to go out and we're going to talk to people, kind of like an interview format. We're going to see how much they know about finances, particularly how much finance knowledge they had when they entered college, because once you graduate high school, you're more or less considered an adult. So, welcome to this version of Money Monday. One of the topics that we hear most about is that millennials, they are not really taught any financial education in school, so high school or college. Can you tell me about your experience? Have you had any financial classes in your educational career?
I did take a financial planning class back in high school.
Back in high school, okay.
I can see where this question is coming from, because it is important to teach, the youth, especially in high school right away before they technically become adults, about finances and taxes and just financial education in general. To be honest, in high school, no.
Myself, no.
When you guys were in high school, were you guys required to take, or did they provide you with any financial education classes?
Not at all, not at our school. The most we took was just economics, but that was really it. It wasn't in-depth, like, realistic education for us for, like, the future.
What would you tell me is the thing that stood out to you that you learned the most and really apply now?
Saving. Saving is very important. I usually spend a lot, but after taking that class, I've been cutting back on my spending.
When they say save, do they tell you how to save, where to save?
It depends on how you save, because sometimes you can save money and you're just saving it, but there's ways that you can save money and double, maybe triple your money.
Where did you guys go to high school, and did they offer financial education before you graduated?
We both went to Santa Clara High School. And as far as financial education goes, to be honest, there wasn't a lot at all. So most of the finance stuff that I learned was going through college.
Anything we learned was probably like if we researched ourselves, but it was not on the curriculum in high school where you have to learn or do research or something. Anything else I learned on mostly in college or when I have to do it myself.
In any general education, is any financial education required?
No, not at all. People won't want to spend money just for a class that's not needed for their major. No.
If I don't take that major, why would I take it? It's just because in college you try to find the easiest way out.
So you opted out, and you had to take it. If you were to pick one thing from that class that you can say is very important, that you still apply to this day, what would it be?
So in my finance class, we were taught to basically really calculating how much a car should be per month.
Okay.
That's what it was.
How much of your car payment, what percentage of that should be of your income? 10%?
15.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. So now, was that class mandatory or was it optional?
It had to be a finance class.
Oh, it had to be a finance class. And where did you go? What state did you take that class in?
New York.
Is it a private school, public school?
Private school.
Private school, okay. So that could be a difference, is that private schools, maybe they're catching on more to the trends that financial education is lacking in the world, and so they have that in their curriculum. You guys were learning as you were kind of going through the trenches. Now, for you guys when you were in college, was that part of the GE, or did you learn about finances because it was directed towards your major?
For me, it was because it was directed towards my major.
For your major?
For the major.
Oh, I took it as a GE.
GE. Was it required to take a financial class, or were you just allowed to select a financial class?
It was just one of those time, it's not too early, not too late, and then it fit into my schedule.
If you were to pick one thing that you learned from your class or from your education that you learned specifically that sticks with you and that you still practice today, what would be that one thing that you would share?
I'll probably start investing.
For me, we kind of just continue getting that education about finances, whatever it may be, whether it's credit cards, loans, or even CDs. To be honest, growing up, I didn't know there was such thing as certificate of deposits until I started going through the process and learning about it and how you could get that interest.
It is a little rough when you're getting a lot of advertisements, a lot of offers on credit cards, things that are very convenient to buy, like online stores. How do you resist the temptation, or how do you properly budget yourself when you have all the ease of buying?
I don't know, for me personally, it just through experience with my parents and my sister, how much in debt you could get just by being careless with credit card. And then also just, I guess preference, because it's not much of like I want materialistic things, so I don't strive for like buying things I don't need.
So honestly, I recently started doing this, an Excel sheet. Just because I started working, full time, it's really hard for me to really keep track of everything I spend, because now you're, getting all the money that you didn't really have before. It's hard because you have a new income and you're like, okay, more income, so more reasons to spend money. So creating an Excel sheet, kind of budgeting through there, kind of helped me out.
There's also like a bunch of apps too, like on your phone that will help you budget.
Yeah.
You just gotta make sure like, okay, I have this due, cut that out.
Even credit cards, as a banker, I hear so many stories of people that kind of screwed up coming out of high school, because as soon as they hit 18, they're getting letters of all these different credit card products and stuff. They start using the credit cards everywhere, and then they can't pay it back. And right from the beginning, their credit score is already has taken such a hit, where it takes such a long time to recover. So I would say just continue getting that education and making sure whatever, even if you are going to do investing, to put in the proper research. Expert advice if you can, consultation or anything like that.
If you make mistakes, it's okay while you're young and you're playing with not too much money. So you kind of learn. But you can't just learn it like in classes and stuff. Until you apply it, that's when when you apply in the real world, that's when you actually learn. Because like school doesn't really teach you doesn't teach you everything.
Yeah, textbooks could only, have so much. You follow certain guidelines, certain principles, but when it comes to the real world, you see the market fluctuates. There's not, you can't really apply those methods. So I think what he's trying to say is, once you have that hands-on experience, just going through the motions, then you learn how certain patterns go and all that. Then it makes you more prepared.
It's a whole lot easier to buy, and there's a whole lot of incentive to buy now. Like you have places like Amazon Prime, free 2-day shipping. You can pick up in store in less than 24 hours. Like things are more accessible to buy, but there are not a lot of people offering education to save and invest in the future. How do you guys feel about that going into the future? If you guys are starting to think for yourselves, but if you're starting to plan for a future, how would you feel about your future kids?
I am kind of worried, just with how the curriculum is. I don't know about other states, at least for California. If my kids were to go to school right now, coming out as of right now, I would be a little worried that they don't have that proper mentorship or knowledge of taxes, of finances in general. I just don't think there's a lot of emphasis on that when it goes to school. There's a lot of emphasis on just general education and your major, but not all majors involve finances. But finances are something that everyone has to go through. Taxes are just a part of life. In my opinion, they don't teach enough in schools.
I think both of us, we went to a public school, so when it comes to public school, I don't think they teach you anything about taxes and stuff.
So when you guys graduated high school, where did you learn your financial education, or where did you start to learn anything about finance at all?
It was more through like peers and family that kind of give advice, and I also saw through personal experience from like my parents, like their kind of mistakes, and just learn from them.
After I got a job at 16, my mom stopped giving me allowances. So in that case, I would have to pay for my own, like phone bill and stuff like that. So I think that was when I learned.
So you guys both started working at a pretty young age.
Yeah.
And that's where you guys started to learn a little about just through your experience about how to budget and save for the future.
Yeah.
I usually ask my coworkers that trade stocks.
Okay, so word of mouth for you.
Word of mouth.
Word of mouth.
That would be it.
Word of mouth, or just Google.
Because even seminars, some of them you have to pay for.
And now that you guys are kind of in the mode of saving, knowing to save, are you guys aware, or were you taught like where to save or how to grow your money for the future, say like your retirement?
For me, yeah, I actually used to work for a bank, so I had some of the bankers kind of help me out, where I believe the first thing I should save up for was my 401k, is what he said, and the second being investments, and the third, I think it was emergency funds. Yeah, so
not so much for me. I didn't have that much knowledge growing up. I mean, through a job I previously had, they would just take a percentage out and just put it into for insurance, but that was about it. I didn't have that much knowledge.
Okay, thank you for your time. It was a
Thank
pleasure.
you.
It was nice meeting you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Gentlemen.
Of course, it's a pleasure.
Pleasure.
Thank you so much.
So as you can tell, there is a huge lack of financial education out there. It's not required by many schools. When we talk about colleges, again, it's not required in your general education, but finances is something that everybody goes through. Budgeting, spending, knowing when to save, where to save. These are some of the things and topics that the interviewers or the interviewees brought up that was really good, is that you have to start saving early because there's a lot of temptation to spend because there are so many more conveniences to spend. But also, you need a plan for your future. And when you're looking into things like saving and investing in different vehicles like 401ks, you want to start small, and then when you're more comfortable, then go ahead and start using more money. That way, if you hit a pitfall, you didn't lose too much. These are great points, and I'm very thankful for the interviewees, for their time, and for their knowledge that they shared with us here. If you guys want any more information, I actually have a financial quiz down for you. There's a link down below. Go ahead and hit that and take the financial quiz. It's only about 5 questions, and see where you are financially. Hit the like and subscribe button so you don't miss out on awesome video content like this, and I'll see you in the next video.